Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Leon The Jokester. I'm here, man. I'm a funny dude. Yo, Blind Spot Podcast, shouts out. Yo, tonight I was on the Juice Radio Show, a national syndicated podcast, man. Shouts out to Ramal Brown. Shouts out to the Juice Radio cast. Everybody did such a great job showing me mad love. So I'm going to go ahead and play the clip of tonight's show.
When you go out to, like, when you perform in nightclubs and things like that, or just different places there, you generally, like, dark places.
Yeah.
So, like, do you have to go, like, on the wall, or you got a cane, or what is it?
Yeah, I have the cane and everything, and my boy Terrell, shouts out to Terrell, man, he helps me, he drives me to my events, and then basically he helps me to stay safe, man, and then we rock out. So it's hereditary. It's one of those things that just the older I get, I'm supposed to lose like 5-10%. The older I get, man. But it is what it is, man. We want to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good, man. And doing what you're doing, the thing is, you have a book. Like, you got a whole bunch of stuff popping off.
Yeah, like 4 books.
Yeah, 4 books.
Boy, after I graduated from ORU in 2010, we published 4 books. The first one was A DJ After God's Own Heart. Basically, my testimony. From being a club DJ into being a DJ in the church. And then next 3 were basically bios of my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's been cool, man.
You're telling a lot about your life, man. Like, what are some of the other struggles that you had in your life, like growing up and stuff?
Well, growing up in like my dad wasn't always in my life, but it was all good, man. You know what I'm saying? One thing God has taught me through this journey is forgiveness is key. And so just continuing to stay focused on that and just knowing that everybody in my inner circle, man, God has placed them there for a reason. And, I've learned a lot from many different people. I really do believe that God sent me out here to Tulsa for big purpose. And sometimes I'm just overwhelmed by, like, all the open doors that are coming my way. So I'm just, riding the wave, man, like the youngsters say.
Yeah.
So, you're a comedian?
Yeah. I do the stand-up thing, man. So it's cool. Been doing that for about a year now, and I enjoy it, man. I was a little nervous at first. I went to the Looney Bin Comedy Club for the school, and then after that, man, got on stage last December and for the first time, and we killed it, man.
Yeah.
What can I say? Jokes, man. Jokes. Something funny, man. Yeah. Let me see, man. Let me do. I'll do 3 jokes for free, and then the other one's gonna cost you about a C note. You know what I'm saying? All right. But what's up with the epidemic of bed bugs, man, in Oklahoma? Like, bed bugs are like family members, man. They come in your house unannounced and they leave when they feel like it.
Yeah.
For sure, man. And Bishop Carter Pearson, man, called me the other day. Man, I hung up the phone. I told him later on in the text, man, I can't afford to lose my Twitter followers, man, for sure. But come Sunday, I'll see you. Yeah, they got a new movie called Come Sunday. Hey, don't interrupt the jokes, though. We live right now, baby girl. We live. You know what I'm saying? Thinking of which, some millennials, man, they don't listen to anybody. Yeah, millennials, man. I was trying to witness to a millennial the other day. I said, hey, you know Jesus is your Lord and Savior? She was like, man, I got the Jesus Salvation app on my iPhone. I don't need you. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my time, Tulsa. I'm out. Leon The Jokester.
Let's give it up for Leon, everybody. Yeah. So, what led you to go into comedy and doing your thing? What was that?
Yeah, it was interesting overall. Like last year, around early, I think it was like the first week of July. I can remember it vividly, man. I was supposed to start a radio show with this guy, and he got mad at me because I kept cracking jokes. I was like, man, how you gonna get mad? Because I want to laugh. So basically, I know what it was. I called him, and I said, bro, you want to hang out? He said, I'm hanging out with John right now. So I'm thinking like you guys are thinking, like John's at the crib, his boy. I said, yo, what's up with John? He said, man, I'm talking about John the Apostle in the Bible. I'm hanging out with him. I said, no, John is dead, bro. So after that conversation, I said, we cut ties, and I said, you know what, Lord? I'm going to be a comedian, man. Nobody's going to stop me from cracking jokes. And from there, man, it is what it is. So,
So, and I want you to talk a little bit about radio, because this is where most of my students are, and they have a passion to do broadcasting. So talk a little bit about the challenges and the fun things about it.
Yes. Well, back in like 2006, I got my start through 106.9 and did my thing there internship wise. Met Ramal, like you said earlier, so that was real cool. And then I just learned the ropes, man. And I had my biggest dream in life was to work for Hot 97. That was what my dream was. But God had other plans. And when I got involved in the church, later on, I decided to start my own podcast. So I actually have two on YouTube. The first one was called 106.5 Speak Like Radio. And then recently we started the Blind Spot podcast, and that's going very well. So basically, for anyone trying to get into radio, the internships are cool, but man, you don't even have to wait on anybody, man. If you can go to the local pawn shop with like $20, $30 and get like a little camera, and then like in my son's room, man, shouts out to my son Jared. Like, I turned half of his room into the podcast room. But I paid the bills. I didn't do what I was. I'm like, oh, man.
Like, Daddy. Yeah, right. Yeah, like, Daddy, can I play Fortnite? Shut up, boy. I'm recording. Shut up.
Not tonight, man. Go to your room before I make you watch Bible Man. Season 2. But, yeah, man, so that's basically with the whole podcast thing, man. Go to a pawn shop. $20, $30. I bought a camcorder, Sony HD, and basically I created my own flyers, and now we're just interviewing people, man.
Yeah. And that's the way to go. It's just to have that conversation with people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell people how they can find you on social media and where they can follow you.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Facebook.com/Leon The Jokester. The other lady said earlier she don't do Twitter, but I do. I got it. Yeah. So Twitter is the same, twitter.com/Leon The Jokester, and then same with Instagram /Leon The Jokester, and then definitely go to YouTube and type in Leon The Jokester to see the live stand up. Live stand-up shows and everything. And shout out to my tour manager, Kevin Whitaker in Texas, man, holding me down.
Yeah, man. And like we do with everybody, we have them leave some words of wisdom, man. So tell us something that we can feed off of.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to go as deep as like a Black Hebrew Israelite, but I'll leave you guys with something like this. When I end all of my shows, I always say these words: love God, love people. If you can get through life with that, and then I think you're the champion, you're the winner. So for all the youngsters, millennials out there, man, love God and love people. Because if you love God, He's going to show you through Christ Jesus, man, how to love people and how to walk with people and forgiveness, man. Yeah. And so that's what it is.
Yeah, everybody. Let's give it up for our guy Leon Pearly, everybody.
For sure.
Yeah.
Juice Radio, man.
Yeah, man.
I feel like Omar Epps and Tupac, man. Juice Radio.
The juice.
Baby, I got the juice.
Got the juice now. Yeah, man. So it's always a pleasure to have, just people who are doing great things in this lifetime, man, here on the show, man, and something about Leon. Matter of fact, before you go, I wanted to talk about this. So I think we all got the news that Kevin Hart's best friend set him up, like he was trying to extort him for some money, right? And it was his real close friend. His best friend was the person that put the video out of him sleeping with the other woman, and his best friend tried to extort him for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they found out. It wasn't a girl, but it was his one of his buddies. So like, how do you handle that? I mean, what do you think about that, man? I mean, one, it's shady. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
But on the other hand, I think that he could have did it in a different way. He could have pulled Kevin aside and been like, we ain't supposed to do that. You're married, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I think, man, in this industry, man, you got to stay real focused and move in silence. Man, my tour manager tells me that all the time. You got to move in silence because, you'll continue to build on the dream, but you can't be letting everybody know what you're doing, and you got to keep the circle real small. So, like with Kevin Hart, he has the Red Cup Boys and everything, and that's supposed to be the small circle, right? It's like 5, 6 cats. But for me, man, that's I learned from those experiences, man. I learned so much that I make sure my wife is at every show.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And so, with that being said, like, yeah, that is messed up that happened. But you can't get so busy in this industry, man, that you don't know who's messing with the money and who's booking the shows, and you got to keep your eyes on all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so, man, I just hope everything works out, because Kevin's been going through a lot of stuff, but I think, for much is given, much is required. He has a lot on his plate right now, man. So
that was awesome. Leon the Jokester signing off. Love God, love people. See you at the next show. Ta-da!